I grew up with my mother, kind of like single parent, and she realized I liked the music and the pan, so she would always, push me in directions where it would benefit me as a music person and thing, sometimes I would go in the pan yard and I forget my sticks, but she would be there walking over because she don't know I left the sticks home. I mean, I live in Laventille, I experienced some level of criminal activity or violence or whatever, but it wasn't something that dominated the whole time I was living in Laventille, Success Village. I really enjoyed my childhood. We had the Laventille section right around the corner. So they were developing into something big. Most of the pan I used to hear is from on the TV and from my father. My father is Kareem Brown. He lives by playing pan. He lives abroad in California. So from time to time I would get like recordings and things from him, doing his compositions and playing his pan. And from time to time when he comes back, I remember him bringing a keyboard. It was an old Sonic brand keyboard, and then I got my own tenor pan, right? So before, in terms of pan and thing being like dominant, I used to hear it all the time, walking on the road. I would hear song specialists playing, performing, and these kind of things on the TV and whatever. But I mean, I never used to be all that interested in it until started playing with Highlanders, and this love for the pan just started to grow.
Credit must be given to National Steel Orchestra for giving a teenager, a person like Kareem as a teenager, the opportunity to enhance and develop on his craft as an arranger, as a leader, as a band leader.
This is Moving James. He would come over. I saw him coming over, talking to my mother, and next thing my mother told me, all right, well, tomorrow you'll go and start to play pan right next door. I mean, at first, they didn't have a band on the street, and Moving decided to start back the band. So next day I went across, I got my sticks, I started playing tenor. I know I didn't, I started playing before going to Form 1 in Success Laventille Composite, so I was in primary school still. We hardly had anybody outside of Success Laventille coming to play with the band. So it was a tightly knit community, I find, as I know my neighbors. Success Village, growing up on Stanislas Street, it was like families on families.
I met Kareem, it was 1991, someday in July. He was actually playing football on Stanislas Street. And a member of the Success Stars Pan Song, who's actually his neighbor, Helen Che, I was passing down the street and I called out her. And she came out and she stopped the football to introduce me to Kareem Brown, who had just gotten his common entrance results and he had passed for Success Laventille. So she was telling me, he's a young player, he's a good player, and he needs to be in the band or whatnot.
Everybody was always in supportive with the music, especially my two grandmothers. Like when I enter music festival, I remember running to So the first time I entered, I played Turkish march, and my mother couldn't make it. And my grandmother from Shogona, she had taken me to Queen's Hall and, make sure I reached with my pan and set up and wait to play. And, I was always there, especially my other grandmother from over.
Even before he was 11 years, Kareem was already arranging music for Highlanders, right? And teaching young people how to play pan.
As a little boy, 11, 12, I would have met Ben at Success Lavender Composite, Success Stars Pan Songs. He would have been the one just taking over from Mr. Sean Lewis as the music teacher there.
At the time, Success was like the all-stars in the school steel bands. The Success players to me were some of the best players I have known. So Kareem in that environment and standing out he's a remarkable youth.
You saw this eager, wanting to get everything, wanted to get it correct young fella. So I remember Carrie giving him 4 notes to play in pan night and day, and Carrie's instruction was, play these 4 notes in any order that you choose to play it, with any phrasing that you choose to do. This is your part, this is your 4 notes, so you play this. The 4 notes then became 5, 6, 7, and then he was playing all over the pan with his 4-note solo, impressing all his peers. Carrie was like, Ben, this fella has problems.
Kareem being the best, I chose Kareem and I showed him a scale. It was the blues scale. And I told him, well, the blues scale, you can break it up into several different parts. And he took that, he went home, he practiced, he came back and he showed me what he can do with the scale. And I don't think I would mention this to Kareem, but what he showed me, I learned some stuff too. So he was that good.
Up to 1993, 94, he had never done any music exam of its sort. He quickly realized that is very important to him.
It's with Ben I would have learned how to write music. We would have done the grades, Trinity, and up to I think at that time in school I had reached grade 5 in music. But Ben was always there. He groomed me as a soloist, an arranger, and also as a big brother too as well.
Kareem called me once at maybe between 2:30 and 3 a.m. a morning to ask me about a chord that he was playing. His father gifted him a big keyboard. He knows nothing about keyboard, and he sat down and he took his time and taught himself how to play this instrument. So by playing with the keyboard and using his 10 fingers and playing things, he will play something that he like. And when he hear it, he find it so good, he tell himself it's supposed to have a name for this. So he will call me 2 o'clock in the morning and explain to me that musicians not supposed to be sleeping at this time. We're supposed to be up, creating. What is the name of this chord? And the next day in school, I say, Mister, what is that one? Why you call? Why you waking me up?
Kareem started arranging in the school band during my time there. What I can remember is Kareem doing Trinity the Bone. Well, they won the Panorama that year. And some of the stuff Kareem did, I was really impressed.
Discovering the instrument was it, So it's a kind of pan as a jumpy kind of thing. And every time your friends say, well, you're gonna play pan again, kind of thing. But it's fun.